Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Dylan, and we're going to be ranking the Nightmare on Elm Street films from worst to best. All 9 of them, including the remake and Freddy vs. Jason. And I mean, let's just start. Number 9 is definitely going to be the Nightmare on Elm Street remake from 2010.
Ditto. That movie is just so... I don't want to talk about it. Can we just move on?
I mean, we'll talk a little bit about it too much, but I mean, it is hard to replace Freddy, and I mean, like, Michael and Jason are easier to replace, so I'll give them a credit for that, but they could have done something different. Like, literally, it's just, and they do that whole thing where he was going to be innocent, but then he's not.
Yeah, like, that was the thing they should have done.
Yeah.
Because that could have changed the whole dynamic of how we would have seen this new Freddy. Less as a villain, more as an anti-hero. That would have been sick.
Would have been something different, but no.
No, and then it was dead creepy. It wasn't even creepy. It wasn't even... The CGI was bad. The coloring was bad. Like, I know Freddy...
Nancy as well. The girl playing Nancy. Oh my god.
Like, the film was very blue at times. It was off-putting. Yeah,
Not good. Yeah, that's
just
why it's not.
Just see our remake video.
We're not doing a review on it. I'm not watching that film again. Literally, I'm not watching it again.
We did a review on it. It's good. My number 8 is Dream Child, because, teach me, Freddy!
Well, I guess we both have the same one, then number 8 for me is Dream Child as well.
We are, Samesies!
It drags too much, doesn't it? Like you just said, the annoying kid in it as well.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like a satisfying end to Alice's character.
Yeah.
It feels so bad, and it doesn't treat Freddy well, because he's barely in it though, really, isn't it?
True, that's a problem with few of these. But I do like the gothic sort of like thing they were going for.
Yeah.
The number 7, I've got New Nightmare.
Oh, you're fucking with me here.
What have you?
Yeah.
Real, so we're in agreement at the top front first 3 already. It was very meta, and it's a good film, but like there's just not enough just not enough Freddy or kills in it.
Just not a good Freddy movie. So,
No, exactly.
Like, it's better than Dream Child because it's doing something so different that I'm interested in, and it brings back legacy characters. So
That's cool, but it's just we're watching it for Freddy, and he's barely. I mean, the look of Freddy, like we said inside the review, he does look really good inside the film.
Not a fan of the claw. The more I thought about it, the more I don't like that new claw. It's too.
Yeah, I like the trench coat though, and like the way he looks.
Yeah, the trench coat, the hat. Yeah, but that claw, it's too organic. I like the idea of the claw being a separate thing. I think it's a very important thing for Freddy to have claws. Like, it's something creative he wears.
Like we said inside the review, they should have like killed more of the legacy characters, and then would have had more Freddy. But it's one of the first meta films, and obviously it was before Scream. And like go and check out our review. We'll talk a lot more about it. And,
for number 6, I got Revenge, because again, like, it was a sequel to like the original, but it wasn't great, but it was still good. Like, it was a lot better than New Nightmare in my opinion, because it was a continuation of Freddy, a lot more kills, a lot more interesting. It wasn't brilliant, but I like how they went from like he's not just hunting you in your dreams, he's now trying to possess your body and then kill you in real life. You know what I mean? It was very again, just watch the review. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would for a sequel. I think it's underappreciated. Not brilliant, just underappreciated.
For number 6, I've got Nightmare on Elm Street 6, Freddy's Dead.
Really?
Yeah, because it was entertaining and it was funny quotes, but I mean, apart from the 3D at the end, that was kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that film. It's definitely better than Dream Child, but
it's so funny that you mentioned it, because that's literally my next one.
But number 5.
Number 5 is Freddy's Dead. Like, I thought it was like very funny. I liked how they brought back his daughter into it. They brought like a bigger connection towards him, which I felt they could have used more. I like how it explains more of his limits of power. He can only attack Elm Street, and then like the fact that he's killed all the kids in Elm Street, he has nothing else on. And I really like that whole scene where like there's no kids about, so it's all the adults on the bed. It's all did bleed.
And also the end credits for the Iggy Pop song, the montage.
Yeah, and don't forget the beginning as well.
The
prime time bit.
The quote.
Freddy's daughter dead energetic when he's first killed.
So that was your number 5. My number 5 is Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master.
Really?
Yeah.
We watched that. I thought that would be higher up on the list.
I mean, the more I think about it, I think I prefer part 2 of. I mean, this is a good film though, Dream Master, especially for a 4th one inside the franchise. Yeah. And I gotta say, like, a lot of people don't like Tuesday Night replacing what's her name, Patricia Arquette's character, but I thought she did a good job.
Yeah, no, she was alright. Like, she wasn't in it fully.
No, because he ended up killing her off and replacing her with Alice.
She did what she needed to do. She was passing them the torch, because I very much like I very much like the characters that we've got. Like, I wish we saw more of them. Like, they didn't all die. Especially Alice's brother, he was very fun. Well, my number 4 is Dream Warrior. Like, I really liked how it continues on, but again, like, it's very sort of slow. It's like a victim of its time or whatever. It's like, I hate the whole, like, oh, we don't believe this. It's all mumbo jumbo. Oh, no, like, and no one believes them. And then, like, how are these kids, like, getting to these places with locked doors? Like, how, like, you don't trust them doing, like, therapists helping out and stuff like that. I did enjoy it. Like, it's a lot. It's really good. I did enjoy it.
For number 4, I got Nightmare on Elm Street 2. It's the last time Freddy's like really dark in it until number 3 when he goes full, not complete comedy, but and he has good quotes in it, like "You're all my children now" and stuff, like really good quotes. And I actually like Jesse as a character. Like, it was something different. And like you said before, the whole like possessing him and coming out of his body and all that. And people complain about the rules not making sense, but I mean, we're dealing with dreams, so
Like, the rules are sort of like loose, but loose enough that they're connected. I do agree with that, but I do like how the glove is like a main aspect of, because it's mentioned in the first one, it's being brought back in the second one, but then it's forgotten about the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just those first 2, really, isn't it?
But like, it continues. Like, the house is important, though. Like, the house in all these movies is the key thing.
So we're on final 3 now, and number 3. What have you got for number 3?
This might be sacrilege, and I'm sorry to say it, but it is Nightmare on Elm Street. Like,
The original.
I really did enjoy it, really got into it, sets the mark, everything. My next 2, you're gonna hate me for my next one. No, you're gonna disagree with me, but I like the next one more than I liked this one. Like, I enjoyed it.
I've actually got number 3 as the original as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it is good, it sets the stage, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, Nance is a good character, but apart from that, I don't really care about the rest of them.
Yeah, like Johnny Depp's character's fun, and it sets everything up.
Yeah, but I think it only picks up towards the end when she starts setting the traps and stuff.
Yeah,
really,
like, I'm not a huge fan of like the open endingness of this. Like the car scene I like.
Oh yeah, and the dub when you get dragged through the door.
But then, like, when you get the doll, like, I didn't like that. Like, that wasn't necessary. If you're ever going to see one Nightmare film, I wouldn't believe you just watch the first one.
True. I mean, most people always say the original is always the best, but I don't think that's the case.
No. Especially with what I know we've both got at number 1. I'm assuming.
Actually, no. I'll just go with number 2 right now. Number 2, I got Freddy vs. Jason.
You sassy stuff.
But a lot of people don't like this film,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
My number 2 is Dream Master, and that's just because I just really love the characters and Alice and everything, like the whole kung fu shit. No.
Well, I mean, I'll let you talk about Freddy vs. Jason because that's number 1. But
no, that's my number 1. I just because it's a Freddy movie more than anything. It's Freddy.
Freddy's the one driving the plot, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that was the best move they could have made, but you couldn't get it with Jason. Because in my eyes, I like Jason. He's a force in nature. He's like, like a weather disaster movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't watch for him. You watch for the people reacting around him, how you deal with the situation when it comes to Jason. Whereas Freddy now, you watch Freddy for Freddy. And Freddy vs. Jason has I think it has a great plot. It has great ambiance, and it does what the remake tried to do. With like turning things different colors, like having. But they did it well because it did it only in the dream sequences.
Yeah, it went everywhere else.
It wasn't everywhere else. I like the psychology that Freddy uses to beat Jason in the dream world. You know what I mean? Like Jason knows. Freddy goes like, Jason's like a mindless dog. He's just killing everything. He's taking away my kills, taking away my, what my fear gives me the power to do.
Yeah, that's what people hate. Like, Freddy don't have that many kills, but that's the part of the plot. That's the whole reason why he's pissed off, because Jason keeps stealing him.
That is why they're going to fight.
Yeah, I think people missed that bit.
I think my favorite thing about this movie is that they had a Wayne at Las Vegas. This is a wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty much a wrestling. How many elbow drops does Freddy land in him? Yeah, it's definitely a wrestling match.
Jason was missing a Paul Heyman character in his corner, and the characters weren't even that bad in this movie, to be honest.
Yeah, I do like the characters.
They're all kind of memorable. Like, the boyfriend that died in the first one was memorable for being a massive dick. The guy and his dad who died, not memorable, but you remember that kill because it's so.
Even the main girl called Laurie as well, which don't have to explain who that's reference to.
Again, brings back the house.
The house.
Already mentioned. I've always had a thing for the horse in his house.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good quotes.
Which just brings that song into my head.
But yeah, my number 1's Dream Warriors. That's my number 1.
Can't fault you for that, because that is a good movie.
I mean, not just because of the soundtrack as well, but I feel like the characters are the strongest. Like Dream Master, to be fair, does have a few good characters as well, but
Yeah,
I pretty much like all of them in Dream Warriors. Like apart from the wizard guy, that's the only apart from that, I like all of them pretty much.
Yeah, it has one of the the best lines in the entire franchise.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Prime time, bitch.
It's that good. They actually quote it in part 6, so
Yeah. I'm just shocked you didn't put Freddy vs. Jason because you were just loving it when we were watching.
I really do love it. It's just, but I mean,
But I can see why Warriors though. I can see why Warriors.
And plus, it's a Freddy ranking in it. That's a pure Freddy film. Freddy vs. Jason does have Jason as well, but it's not purely Freddy.
See, I just something
But
with
another good thing about Freddy vs. Jason, that's the last Robert England we might get.
Yeah, and it was good. It was a good send off.
Yeah, I think people don't like that it was Kane Hodder who didn't play Jason, but that's a whole different issue. That really.
Yeah, that I'm not as keyed up into Jason as I should be. But
they wanted someone bigger, so they cast someone taller, which makes sense when you think about it. You can't have Jason be the same size as Freddy, can you?
Well, yeah, it's like I said last night. It's like Dave Bautista versus Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? You got a powerhouse versus an agile high flyer, which is what literally was a wrestling movie.
Yeah, very much.
And I really like, again, in Freddy vs. Jason, you see Jason in Freddy's territory in Springwood. Then you see Freddy in Crystal Lake. So you see how the movie just was really good, and I really wish they did the ending of it, which was meant to be like Jason and Freddy were in hell, and then Pinhead showed up, and they were going to do another one with Hellraiser, which would have been fucking amazing.
And we also got the comics Ash versus Freddy vs. Jason as well. That would have been cool to see as a film, but I don't think we're ever going to see that at that point.
No, not unless they do an animated version, which I think would be their only option.
Yeah. But let us know your rankings of the series down below inside the comments. Check out Dylan's social links down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, peace out in a bit.